Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sony Cool and this is Gems of War. And today, the devs really screwed up last week, so we'll be talking about that. Probably their biggest screw up ever in the game. Then we got the raid event. We're gonna make 3 teams, high, mid, and low. We got the week's preview for Vulpacea. We got Guild Wars. So a decent amount of stuff going on. It's also the last week of the month, as far as the channel's health is going. First 2 months of the year have not been great. You could almost consider it 2 failures in a row. I was kind of like, February is kind of like, it's February, so gave it a little bit of a pass. But January wasn't great either. We kind of fell, we're super close, but we still fell short of the bare minimum in January. So I'm letting it slide a little bit, but technically we've already had 2 bad months in a row. So March is also bad. I don't know what we're going to do, y'all, but I guess we'll see. I'm just going to have to keep downsizing. Do less Gems of War stuff. I don't know. Or just stuff in general. I'm not just Gems of War. It's not your guys' fault. But just in general, YouTube, I might have to do a little bit less so I can do more other things. It's hard to be a live streamer on YouTube and not, you don't get many views, so you don't make a lot on the back end, so it's hard, unless, hey, how about this? Gems of War just screwed the heck out of you on Friday. How about stop giving them money and give, 25% of that to me instead, or any streamer, I don't care if it's me or not, but that would be great. I think we help y'all a lot more than the game helps y'all, so consider doing that, maybe. If you spend $50 on the game every month, why not give a streamer $20 or something? And we'll still be saving you money, I'm giving you information, saving you time, etc. Just throwing it out there. But yeah, let's go. I got a trial running. I need to set up the stream, so bear with me here. Got to put on the thumbnail and all that. Copy and pasty. Put on the thumbnail. Put on the thumbnail. Yeah. Playlists. Okay, we got that. Save. Chatathon's this Saturday. It needs to be a gigantic, crazy one, unfortunately. Hopefully we can do a little bit this week, too, and make it to where we're not counting on the Chatathon and only the Chatathon this Saturday, because, the last one didn't make it the whole way. Did okay, I guess. But, Chatathons haven't even been, successful as much as they used to be. Just letting y'all know, just keeping it real, just, it is what it is. Some people just disappear and quit doing YouTube, but they don't keep telling you like I do. I know it's probably annoying, though. Alright, Gems of War, Guild Wars. Gems of War, I don't know. What would people look up if they're looking up, the library, compensation, rollback, bullcrap? Gems of War rollback? I don't know. Gems of War I don't know what to put in here. I don't think it matters anyway. Gems of War raid. That's all I'll put. That's fine. But yeah, I'll just try to explain it while I'm setting up the stream. So last week, alright, we had the update. That's where everything started, with the update. So when the update came out, they took one thing out of the game and they replaced it with something else, right? So they took out the exalted exalted path, adventure path. I think it's called the adventure path. They took out the adventure path. Why can't I find Gems of War as a game? Gems of War. There it is. They took out the adventure path that they used to have for beginners. You start the game, you have to do the adventure path, the exalted keys, all that stuff. Up at the top, when you hero keys, all that bullcrap. They took that out and instead replaced it with something called the library. That's what the update did. Took out the old way to do it, which was adventurer's path, put in the new way, which was the library. So when they did that, they wanted to compensate everybody that had either, even, I think, free-to-play and people that paid for it. The people the adventurer's path, they wanted to give you everything from that, so I guess pretty much so no one would complain or anything like that. They wanted to give you if you bought the Adventurer's Path, they wanted to give you everything you could have got, plus the stuff that you already got. And then everybody else, they gave them, I don't know exactly what, but whatever they would have got or should have got or whatever on the Adventurer's Path. So to do that, they had to send everybody some mail for compensation for changing to the library. And then, on top of that, the library did not give people what it was supposed to give them. So, like, if you buy the library pass, like, you're supposed to get triple the rewards. And if you're above, like, level 50, you have everything, you should have everything done, so you're supposed to get all the rewards. So if you buy the library pass, you're supposed to get triple the rewards, you know, 1 through 50. So that included, like, star stones and gems and all kinds of stuff. And you're supposed to get triple what it says. Like, free-to-play gets a certain amount, and then if you buy the library pass, you're supposed to get triple the amount that the free-to-play player got. So both things were involved in why they had to, like, send out compensation. So then they go and they send out the compensation, I think on Thursday night or maybe Friday morning, something like that. They're in Australia, so it's all weird as far as how the timing goes. But they send out the compensation, right? And somebody made a mistake. Some developer or whoever it was at Gems of War made a mistake, and they sent people way too much. Like, for my example, I got 39,000 gems. Like, I don't even have 39,000 gems most of the time. So they sent me more gems than I've ever had in my life as a free-to-play player in my mailbox. And I had 39,000 gems. Other people got 100,000, 300,000. Some people got like 300. You know, it's all across the board. Like, people got a weird amount of gems. Some of them, a ton of it. So they're definitely not going to let that fly, right? They're not going to let that fly. They're on top of that right away. They're not going to let somebody have 39,000 gems. So they start to try to, like, fix it. But while they're trying to fix it, the servers are still up. And it's like, some people can't get into the game, some people can. So eventually they take the whole server down, which I don't know that that's ever happened before in the history of Gems of War. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I've never experienced, like, them taking, at least not taking it down to rollback. They've never done that before. They might have taken down the servers before for a little bit to do something, but they've never taken the servers down to rollback a whole day. So they take the servers down to roll back to take away the compensation that they gave to everybody, because they gave everybody the wrong amount, way too much. And the only way they could figure out how to do it was to roll back the entire day of Friday. So everything you did on Friday no longer exists. It's like Friday never happened. So we streamed on Friday. I did the bounty. I got some star stones. You know, whatever. If you go, the worst case scenario, I feel like people mention it in, like, the forums and whatnot. It's like, imagine somebody gets their 6th dragon for Chrysanthrax, or they get their 6th dragon for the evil dragons, or something like that on Friday. Well, guess what? No longer. You don't have it now. It's gone. Everything you did on Friday got erased. No longer happened. So that's like one example. Or maybe you used gold marks on books and you got 3 straight purple books. Well, guess what? That no longer happened. Maybe you got the Horde Mimic Mythic on Friday. Guess what? Now you don't have it. Just think of all the examples of things that are like RNG that could have happened on Friday, and you're like excited about it, and then even if you're just doing Explore 12 and you get Nisha Medal, you get lucky. Nope, not anymore. All gone. So that's the only way they could figure out how to do it, is to roll back the entire day of Friday so they could take away the compensation that they sent to everybody in the mail. And now Friday just doesn't exist. So for me, it wasn't that bad, but it was annoying. So what I did was I didn't play it all on Saturday. I didn't play it all on Sunday, except for I got on real quick to get my star stones. Whenever something like that happens that annoys me, I usually, the thing that, like, my response is usually just not playing the game for a few days. Because imagine, like, going forward, like, how are we supposed to know, like, every other day that we've played Gems of War, like, everything we do counts, and it's never not going to count, right? Now, like, as you play the game, you kind of have to think in the back of your head, like, hopefully the devs didn't make a mistake today, and they're not going to roll back the servers, and everything I just did gets erased. Like, you never want to feel like that when you're playing this type of game. You don't want to feel like your progress can just get erased because the devs make a mistake or something. That's, like, one of the worst things. Definitely one of their worst mistakes ever, because now people are going to be thinking that in the back of their head, like, oh, what if something's going on today and all my progress gets erased? And so it makes people like not want to play for real. Like, it's really the worst screw up they've ever done. I don't know if it's because they're running on a skeleton crew right now or what's going on, but somebody keeps screwing up. There was the shiny key thing. It's pretty similar to the shiny key thing where everybody got sent like a ton of shiny keys and then everybody is opening them. And they were also saying like, how come, you know, you couldn't just take back the gems? Well, the reason you can't just take back the gems is because when everybody gets like a bunch of gems all of a sudden, they're going to go spend them and send them to their guild mates and go open a bunch of chests and try to get mythics and stuff because they're trying to hurry up and spend them because they know they're not supposed to have them. So they're doing weird stuff with them. And so the devs can't undo a bunch of weird stuff. You can't undo gems that got gifted to another person that then that person used on a chest to get a mythic, and then it's kind of weird. Like, they can't just take back the gems because people... But they should have just took the hit, honestly, in my opinion. There's a certain way that they could take back the gems without rolling back the server. Like, it's their own fault. You should, you know, you have to deal with the consequence. Anything that people did during that time with those gems, you got to eat it. It's your own fault. But instead... they're the Gems of War devs, so guess what they did? They rolled back the entire server, erased everybody's progress. They don't care. It's annoying. So, yeah, that's what happened. Let me know in the chat what y'all think about that. And I think I'm ready to go here, y'all. If anybody wants to share it out. We need to push... oh, boy. We need to push this week and get some streakers coming out of the woodworks. And I'll shut up about it after this, but, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do next month if we can't, you know, at least get some sort of bare minimum here. Keep our heads above water. Yeah. Alright. So, let's play the game. Let's read the chat first, though. Say hi to people. Kind of like, on one hand, I'm like, are a bunch of people going to be here today to see what happened on Friday? And then on the other hand, I'm like, are people, like, not playing the game now because of everything that happened Friday? Like, I'm not sure. Alright. Got Big Slushy in the house, number 1. Thank you so much. Tyrion Shark with a 2, dropping a deuce. Appreciate it. JM Ricks, good morning. Tyrion's running out there, finna showing, but Heine a juicy. Can't do much, dude. That's all I care about, man. Like, anything is great. Imagine if every single person did that, bro. That's what I always say. I'm not like expecting one person to come in here and drop $100 or something, but if, you know, if 8,000 people could drop $1, like, could you imagine? You know, but, or even if the 25 watching could drop $1, that'd be fine. But I don't expect everybody. I'm not saying like you guys should be doing that either. I'm just saying, like, imagine if that was a thing. That'd be enough. Good morning, JM Ricks. Can't do much. Shout out to your 5-year-old vid on Eldrazor. I gave it a couple watches and a comment. You helped me complete my 15th pure faction. Gems of War Rage Bait, yeah. Big Slushy says, can't believe they took our gem stack. I mean, I believe it. I just can't believe the way that they did it. It's weird. Starla's here. Chad dropping a deuce. They're having battle shits. Tyrion and Chad are both sitting in a stall next to each other, and they're playing a game called Battle Shits. They're both dropping a deuce. Yoke the Ham, good morning. Yeah, I can't... no, rollback has never happened before. Servers going down, maybe. But servers going down plus a rollback, that's never happened. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99.9%. I feel like the servers have gone down a time or two other reasons, but nothing like last Friday. I don't even think it was down but a couple hours, and that was just maintenance stuff, never a rollback. Shiny keys, they rolled back without resetting the whole server, but I get it, gems can't be used virtually. Yeah, it's hard to roll back gems. Thousands and 10,000s, yeah, it's a lot of money. Mountain Dew Chick, good to see ya. Your gems on Friday was over $120, for example, and that was mid-range. Some players... exactly, bro. Exactly on a couple of points with that. People spend a lot of money on this game, and then, you know, they're kind of stingy in other areas, which kind of annoys me. But it is what it is. Alright, let's go. So what we usually do first on Monday is we got to give to our guild. Otherwise, it's redundant. So, tasks. Alright, we got all of our basic tasks done. So the next one I look at is Epic Purple. We have our Epic Purple done. So the next one I look at is which one is closest. So looks like the Epic Brown is the closest. Dude, you guys both dropped a deuce, and then I'm doing an Epic Brown. Sorry to anybody out there who doesn't like that kind of talk. I'm 5. Alright, I gave 850. I need to give some more, though. So, I could do either one of these. Doesn't really matter. I never look at the loot. I just kind of want to get all the stats. So, I need to do like this. I think that's good, right? Gave over a mil. Let's grab that real quick. Let's make sure I gave the right amount. Alright, I did. That's good. And now we can go collect our mail. Now that I gave to the guild, I can collect my mail. Otherwise, I'd be collecting the mail and then giving to the guild and then collecting my mail. Alright, congratulations on competing in the Diamond League. Keep playing PvP battles, earn rewards. Is there anything here? Did we get compensation or what? I didn't get any compensation. Like, I thought we were supposed to get it today. I don't see anything. Alright, this is what you can get for being in a good guild. I won't make y'all sit through the whole thing like I usually do. 480 gems, for example. I'm going to utilize these gems on the guild event. So anybody, I mean, I guess like every guild's not getting as far as we're getting in the guild tests, but it's a good example of like where you're at. Like, if you're in a mid-range guild or a low-range guild, like however many gems you get from the guild, you should probably reinvest it into the guild event, and that's about how far you should buy. Like if in my example, 480 gems, I'm going to spend around that on the guild event. Most likely. Probably a little bit more, but just a good, like, practice. Your guild's giving you a bunch of gems. You should go use them on the guild event. If not even if possible, you just should. I mean, if you have 0 gems, I mean, you wouldn't, but even I'm really low on gems. It's like the lowest I've been on gems in a long time, and I'm still gonna buy as far up as I'm supposed. I gotta buy this, though. And I gotta buy this freaking Imperial Deed. Holy cow. They're giving me exactly what I want. I mean, I don't need them as bad as other people, so I might pass because it's 500 gems, but at a certain point, I'm gonna have to buy every single one of those I see, and I know this. But it's kind of too rich for my blood right now. But the verses, I always buy those. They're cheap. Alright, the shop, we got to go here in case this troop is worth using in the event. Got a raid event. Boils of War, you always do that. Dark Spirit. Let's get it fullied. Alright. Just looking at it real quick. We'll talk about it more later. And let's make a team. Raid event. I'll also be streaming tomorrow. We're going to do ranking the difficulty of... What's Vulpacea's? Yo, Big Slushy with the 10. Thank you so much. Running out there with Chad and Tyrion. Trying to get it started today. Chad can spare a square. Yeah, no problem, Big Slushy. It wouldn't happen like, probably like... I wouldn't cut y'all off like all of a sudden, but it's probably just gonna disappear slowly over time. If I have, I'm just doing what I gotta do. Like if I gotta do other things to make up for stuff, I gotta do other things to make up for stuff, whatever it may be. Get a part-time job, I don't know. Alright, so let's go to the shop. And this is a raid event. So in a raid event, you're gonna want to buy up to the weapon. And look how much it costs. 100 gems here, 250 gems. Like, you should, no reason not to do that. I still profit by like 200 something gems. So this is almost for free. This is pretty much for free. Why are we getting Todd? Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, get a random troop though. Alright, we got this troop here. It's our raid troop. 12 yellow-brown Vulpacea War Gare. Deal damage to an enemy if they are a boss. Deal 3 times to 5 times damage based on my ascensions. Cleanse all allies. Hey, there's a cleanse, but you gotta cast it to cleanse. I mean, nothing too special on its traits. Godslayer, like always. So for a raid event, the only reason to ascend would be to do more damage. Like, different events have different ways of doing that. Like some events you have to fully ascend if you want to get the max points. Some events you don't. It's just about damage. This is one of those events where it's only about damage. It's nice though, like to have it fully ascended and to hit harder and to one shot for longer. You should do it if you can, but it's not like you don't have to. Alright, we buy up to the weapon because it's a really good time to do it. I don't know how many times I've said that, but it's not about like the weapon being good or anything like that. You're not going to use it. It's more about just grabbing it when it's as cheap as it's ever going to be. And you get other things. You're getting more turns for the event. You're getting more stuff for the event. A potion for the event. More turns, ingots, Traitstones, troops, along with the weapon. And who cares if it's good or not? Because you just need another. You want another weapon for Vulpacea. If you buy it later, you're gonna get it at some point. And if you buy it later, it's gonna cost more. So right now is the best time to buy it because you're getting a bunch of other stuff with it that'll help you at the event. Okay, let's make some teams. Raid event is about that troop that we just got, pretty much. We got a Vulpacea restriction. Got a Vulpacea restriction on the weapons as well. Alright, let's do base rarity. Actually, let's do upgradable first. Because we have to use this troop. Right here, Vulpacea. Vulpacea. Vulpacea? Big slushy. Big slushy. Alright, so we got Vulpacea. Has to be on the team. Then we have to upgrade it. Max upgrade. Upgrade, yes. I just heard like pounding. Hold on a sec. Mrs. Cindy is home today. She's got a Monday off. Making sure there's nothing crazy going on. Looks fine. Alright, so that, and then we need to ascend it, because I have the resources to ascend it. You can either use a blue orb, or you can, you know, buy it further in the shop. I'm going to use an orb. Or two. Get it fully. Max upgrade again, just to make sure. Got it. How do you make it fair when some players barely got any gems? Some player got 10,000 gems. I think they could have like just taken away the compensation, but they were worried about people spending the gems in ways that they couldn't get it back. So, you know, in my opinion, they should have just took that hit. Like, you know, it's not like an unfair advantage, really. Like, you're not gonna go buy things. I don't know. Maybe a little bit, but people spend money. I don't know. Yeah, the people that spend money on the game would probably be more mad than like a free-to-play player. Like, I already have to deal with this every single day. If one person gets 39,000 gems and I only get 3,000 gems, it's not like that much different than a person spending $300 and me spending $0. So to me, it's not that big of a difference, and I wouldn't really care. Like, I have to deal with that every day of my life on Gems of War, being a free-to-play player. Other people spending a bunch of money, and me spending $0. You know what I mean? So but if I spent money on the game, I would be mad if one person got 39,000 gems and the other one got 300. Like, I get it. I'm trying to put myself in other people's shoes. Like, I'm pretty good at that. Alright, Alright, what are we going to use? We got Stellarix. We got Foxfire King. Those are two good troops. Chill Will says, Cindy, what it do? Man, I was really pissed at the devs this past weekend. They wiped out a lot of my progress and perfect dungeon run. I did some upgrades to some of the kingdoms. I boycotted Saturday and Sunday. Honestly, they shouldn't have let things... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, take a little bit of a hit. Like, I agree they should have took back all the gems. Like, we can't have people getting 300,000 gems for nothing. But it's your own fault. Like, whatever happened in that time period, you should have just let it stand. So, like, the people that got, you know, a perfect dungeon like you, and a person that pulled the 6 dragon, and you imagine those people, like, the more lucky of a thing that happened to you on Friday that is getting taken away from you, the more likely you are to, like, quit the game, right? Like, imagine you got your 6 dragon on Friday, and you've been trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. You've been opening random eggs, getting duplicates over and over. Somebody, that probably happened to somebody out there. Like, with as many people that play this game, somebody's getting their 6 dragon, like, every day, right? So somebody got their 6th dragon Friday, and then got it wiped away, and now they don't have it. If I was that person, I might be pissed enough to just quit the game altogether. Somebody that was going for the Horde Mimic Mythic, and they were trying and getting boss chest and boss chest and boss chest, and finally Friday, they finally got it, and they were celebrating. Like, woo, you know, I got a bunch of gems sent in the mail, I got the Horde Mimic Mythic today, it's a good day. And then, boom, it's all gone. And it's not their fault, like, they did nothing wrong. They finally got their Horde Mimic Mythic, they put in the work to get it, boom, it's taken away. Could you imagine? I'd be so pissed, I'd probably quit the game. I'm trying to think of other examples, but those are the two. Like, you get your last Sentinel, you're doing your Underspire on Friday, which is far enough, you know? Friday's pretty far into the Underspire. Like, you did it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're doing Friday. You're going after, like, the 6th dragon or the 5th dragon or something. You happen to do a Sentinel fight. You get your last Sentinel or your first Sentinel or your 4th Sentinel. It gets wiped away. Dude, I would be pissed. I'd probably quit. Like, that could have happened to me. Like, that's something I need. I could have been playing the Underspire. I could have got my last Sentinel on Friday. I'd be so mad. Because that has nothing to do with the compensation or the rollback or anything. That's just me playing the game and them wiping away my progress. That would have been really annoying. So depending on, like, what happened to you on Friday, like, I don't blame certain people for quitting. Because that's pretty terrible. Like, I'd feel horrible if you got something finally and they wiped it away. Like, I would be sending like a ticket to the devs. I'd be like, I'm not playing again. I'm done with this game unless you send me my Horde Mimic Mythic or my Sentinel or my Dragon. Like, I'm done. And then you prove it to them by not playing the game, you know? They can probably see that you're not playing, you know? Alright, so we have to use this troop. It's the raid troop, the raid captain. We're probably using Stellarix. I mean, it's one of the best troops in the game. So for my high-level team, for what I'm going to use Stellarix. I'm going to make a mid and a low level, though, in case you don't have it. I think Phoenix is pretty good if you don't have Stellarix. I like Phoenix, too. Foxfire King, pretty good. So we'll go over some other teams. But Stellarix and Vulpacea. So Vulpacea is going to be for our points, pretty much. And Stellarix is going to be for doing damage and killing all the enemies. So at this point, we kind of just need some mana gen. Here we got... So for a weapon, we'll most likely try for some mana gen. My dog is trying to get into this room, but I guarantee he's going to want out of the room as soon as I let him in for like 5 or 10 minutes. How much you want to bet? Well, I gave him a chance to come in. He didn't come in. He's just scratching at the door, so... Alright. Let's find us an explodey weapon or something. Can either explode green for Vulpacea or explode... I know that's a mix. So, it's looking like this weapon, Foxfang's pretty good. Or Vulpine Fangs. That's for Wargear, though, so we probably want to go with Foxfang, because it's for Vulpacea, so we'll include Stellarix. It's the same color as Vulpacea, of course, unfortunately, but so is Vulpine Fangs. They're both the same, so it's gonna be the same situation either way, so put this on top. Probably put that on bottom. Should I go for some more mana gen, or should I go for some more damage? Or just a third trait that I like. See what we got. Probably just go for a third trait I like, because... Unless we have an empowered troop or something. Because Stellarix is going to steal all the mana from everything. Nothing's empowered in Vulpacea? Okay, cool. Clear filter... So probably just a third trait I like, you know? So we got create 1 spirit gem when my turn begins. Bless and enchant a random ally and a match 4 more gems. That's pretty good. Might go with that. Ooh, Fairy Fire, though. Random. You could just do this thing if you want. But we already got kind of status effects. Could just do a bonus to a color. That might be... Ooh, I think it's only for him, though, right? He gains 3 mana. Further down you get, the less good these traits are going to be, so you probably want to do something higher up. Just looking at them. Probably just do Phoenix, or... Yeah. I think I'm just going to do Phoenix. So I'm not expecting to cast Phoenix's spell, but it's also a summon. So it has a summon. If you lose a troop, you could summon. Instead of using your weapon, you can put your weapon in first slot. That way it gets up quicker. And then we have a Bless and Enchant. We match 4 more gems. So we're not using it for... We're pretty much just using it for its 3rd trait. And then if everything goes terrible, we can also summon. I'm going to go with that, I think. It's more mana gen. I'd have to put it in front of Stellaryx, probably. Alright, class. We got a lot of brown and we got a lot of yellow. So probably just Titan. Have a little brown storm. And we can get barrier so our hero doesn't die as easy. Make sure we got that on. Yep, storm aura. Banner, once again, we have a lot of yellow, a lot of brown. We can just minus a color that nobody else is using, like green. Okay, that's fine. The only other option is purple, and Phoenix uses purple, so... Ideally, I'd have +2 brown, but it's fine. Alright, let's try this. See how it goes. And then I'll make a mid and a low in case you don't have Stellaryx. Alright, we got any extra turns or anything? No. So do this. There's Stellaryx. There's the win. And it's right back up. So if we had to cast again, if it didn't kill everything in one shot, we would be able to cast again right then. I'll show you a couple of fights with this, and we'll make a different team. Anita with the gifted, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And how are you doing? Hey? Now that they're going to give us 50 to 100 gems for compensation, I've been playing this game for 11 years. Emra Denser got the gifted. Chill Will says, now I know the power the devs really have. They can reset a whole damn day. That's really bad for the community. Exactly, yeah. Happy Guild Wars week. Yeah, we're going to be doing that too. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Anita. Alright, let's go. Bunch of green on the board. That's good. Get up Stellaryx. Boom. And that's pretty good, you know, it's a good example, so let's just stop there. This is what I'm going to use. Sometimes I do tweak it as the week goes, but a lot of the times I get it right on my first try, so. Like, a person could think, well, what about this? It's your summon. Wouldn't you want to move it down a little bit in the team? But that's why we got Phoenix here. It could be our summon. You know, that's why we're using Titan, so we can have Rock Solid and make sure our hero doesn't die. I want it in first slot so we can get up quickly and then cast and get up Stellaryx. Stellaryx was in first slot. It would probably take you a little bit longer to get it up, honestly. Foxfang is starting... It only needs 7 mana. Stellaryx needs 32. So getting this up and then casting and exploding the whole board is probably going to get up Stellaryx quicker than putting Stellaryx in first slot. And this one's only here for... So, mana gen, damage, points... 3rd trait plus summon. They all have a reason to be on the team. Alright, let's make a mid. I think Foxfang might be the best weapon, like, for any team that you're gonna do. It explodes, it summons, and it's for Vulpacea. And everything here is for Vulpacea, unless you make your hero not from Vulpacea. So, let's take off Stellaryx and Phoenix. We need Vulpacea, and we need Foxfang, probably. So for mid, I like Foxfire King. Does true damage. Fairy Fires. Probably going to use that. Probably should just do 2 of them. I don't think anything else is going to help enough to not just use 2. Early you could use something else to help maybe get it up faster, but I think in the long run, Using 2 is probably going to be the way to go. I think just double Foxfire King. And even this is like a low-level team, honestly, because you get this from the Underworld, and it's pretty easy to get. So I put 3 teams in the title. I might just change it to 2 teams because, you know, what else are you going to use? And this thing's easy to get. So scratch the 3 teams. I think I'm just going to do this. You should either use Stellaryx or Foxfire King, honestly. Or you could do like Phoenix, Foxfire King if you have Phoenix. But we might need to change our banner and our class, maybe. Could do green. Could do Archer. More green would fall, more green would explode. But Titan would be good too. Titan or Archer. Unless you want to just level a class. That's always a thing. You don't have to use the best class. You can... A lot of the time you should be just leveling any class that you need to level. I'm just showing you like the best classes for these teams. But back in the day, I would be using like Nightweaver because I don't have Nightweaver on 100. So you're completely fine to do that anytime instead of like whatever team I suggest. I suggest Titan as the class, or I suggest Archer as the class, just because they're probably the best to fit the team. But most of y'all are probably not going to use Titan or Archer because you're going to want to level a class that you don't have leveled to 100. Because you get 2 class experience for guild events. We'll go Archer on this one, and then Banner. Probably a mixture of like brown and green or something. Brown, green minus blue. And let's see how this goes. There's no 50% start for Wargear, is there? I think so. There is for Fae, but we don't have access to it. See how it get up? It's up right away. Always do the first option. This might even be faster than Stellaryx for the like first day or 2. Like I might leave it on this until it stops one-shotting and then change to Stellaryx later. You could just match red instead of getting up your weapon, or... Alright, like one more fight, and then we'll move on to the weekly preview for Vulpacea, Guild Wars, Underspire, Soulforge. We already kind of talked about the Friday dev thing at the beginning, so if you're just getting here, go back to the beginning of the stream, maybe put it in 1.25 so you can catch up to live, but we talked about that earlier. But if you have any questions or comments, I'll respond. I went over that kind of already. Pretty crazy. I think it's the worst mistakes the devs have ever made. And they've had Weaver Gate, they've had the shiny keys. There's many other things that I've forgotten about. So many bugs in the game, battle crashers during a vault event, like lag during vault events, like there's been so many things they've done. You can't even remember all of them at this point. It's kind of if you make so many mistakes that people can't even remember all the mistakes you've made at this point, it's pretty crazy. And that was the worst one. You think they'd get better instead of worse. Alright, so those are the teams I would suggest. I'm going to have to change the title because I put 3 teams, and I don't like doing that. I'm going to change it to 2. Because I don't like that, you know. So I just changed it to 2 teams, sorry. It's just like Stellaryx or Foxfire King, and everybody should have Foxfire King. If you don't have Foxfire King, then the more important thing for you to do this week would be to go get Foxfire King. It's a really good troop. Of course, you could get Foxfire King probably in 3 or 4 days, and then use it in the guild event and do your share still. Alright, next up, Soulforge. But let's kind of just in general do the weekly preview. So the Dark is Rising, new ultra rare troop, Dark Spirit. Get this troop with glory from the rewards tab of the shop. Raid Boss, help your guild close the portals this week. Use troops from a kingdom, Vulpacea, in daily battles to defeat the Raid Boss. Guild Wars, incoming Guild Wars. A new Guild War is starting soon. Don't forget to set up your keep's defenses. Remember, like, this You got to set up your defend by Thursday. So Tuesday or Wednesday, not Thursday. So Tuesday or Wednesday is usually when you can set your defend. And no matter who you are, set your defend. I don't care if you don't. Just put random troops in there. It's better than nothing. It helps with your morale bonus. Like, the worse your team is, like the lower level guild you're in, like the more important it is to set a defend so you can get the morale bonus. Because you're going to win every single day. You're going to fight bot guilds, AI bot guilds. So you're going to win every single day. All 4 days you're going to win 5-0 every single time. Or whatever. You're going to win against every single opponent. So it's way more important to set your defend on, like, when you're fighting bot guilds. That way you can get the highest morale bonus and get the most out of it. Like, I almost wish I was fighting bot guilds with our morale bonus, because we will get it every single time. Like, sometimes we lose. We're facing hard guilds, so sometimes we lose. We're only winning like half the time. We'll beat 2 guilds, we'll lose to 2 guilds. So we only get the morale bonus on 2 days. So, like, somebody mentioned in my comments one time, like, I don't have a good defend, so I don't want to set a defend, because then the enemy will just win against my defend team. But remember, when you're, like, that low of a level and in a lower level guild, most of the time you're fighting bot guilds and AI guilds. It doesn't matter. Like, they're not going to win against you. You're going to just steamroll them. So get the morale bonus. Just set a defend. I don't care what it is. Just put whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're in a higher level guild, you're going to want to set, like, a decent defend. But it's almost more important just to set it. Like, if you have, like, 5 seconds before it hits on Thursday, just put whatever in there. It doesn't matter. Like, first of all, like, the people might not even... First of all, it could be a bot guild you're fighting, so who cares? Second of all, they could go a different way and not even fight you. Third of all, they could go your way, fight you, but it might not even pick you because somebody else could be there. And then if they do happen to fight you, it's only going to be like 1 or 2 people that fight you and maybe beat you, and they were going to win anyway. So there's so many reasons not to give a crap about your defend. So just set it. Like, don't be too scared to set your defend. Just set it. It's fine. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if your defend team loses. Unless you're in, like, the #1 guild or something. They'd rather you set one and have it lose than not set one. Altar of Malice, the campaign has started. New rewards every week. Don't miss out. So that's 34 more days. We got Week of Fae. All Fae gain 10% to their skills. Week of Wargear. All Wargear gain 10% to their skills. And bonus souls. SE, the Dark Spirit, in PvP and Explorer to gain 40 souls. Supposed to be use, but there we go again. SE, the Dark Spirit. The Dark Spirit. Everybody say the Dark Spirit. Alright, Soulforge. Beg for mercy, how's it going? Israel, we got Youngblood. Youngblood says, how many keys this time? Or what? Sorry. Israel says, what's up, Sunny Cool? Going to the first of the video. No problem, man. Go back and put it in like 1.25 so you can catch up to the live. That's what I do. Maybe 1.5 even. Beg says they should have backed out the gems. Losing someone's time was the worst thing to do. The radio silence and not having someone fix it over the weekend was mind-blowing. They have records in the database to undo everything related to gem spend on chests. Saying they could not run some queries on the database is wrong. I could write the code in about 15 minutes. They should have took away login ability when first noticed. Yeah, I mean, I agree, dude. I don't disagree with you at all. I totally agree, man. I think they should have, that would have been great, but even just, like, who cares, like, what people did? It's way worse to, like, wipe the whole day away and take away people's time and efforts. Like, you gotta eat that. Who cares? Like, you're taking away the rest of their gems. Like, if they used them all in that one day, like, that does suck, but it's your own fault. Like, it's not our fault. You know what I mean? So, if somebody was aware enough that they realized they got 300,000 gems and they went and they opened a bunch of chests with the gems or something, which you shouldn't do anyway, you'd have to go against your good gameplay instincts to be opening chests with gems. But, you know, if you know they're going to get taken away, you're going to do something like that. You're going to go spend the gems on opening chests or something. I don't even know what the best usage of them would have been. With them disappearing, like, you know they're going to disappear the next day, like, what would have been the best thing to do with them? I guess opening chests, you know, like, what kind of chests, though? Like, I don't know. It's not like people gotta... got maybe a bunch of mythics or something, you know, like, and most people probably already have like that stuff. Like, what could you buy with gems anyway? That I don't know. There's probably something that I'm not thinking about. Because you only get so many offers a day. It's not like you could buy offers over and over and over and over or something. You can only buy so many like torches in the Underspire. You could open chests over and over and over and over, but you're not getting like gold and, you know, you're getting just troops. I don't know. It wouldn't have been so bad for them to just eat whatever happened on Friday. Like, whatever people did with their gems on Friday, it's their own fault. They gotta eat it. They can take away everything that's left from the people that didn't realize, but it's not fair, I guess, but it's not fair if somebody got their 6th Dragon on Friday, or got their Sentinel on Friday, or got their Horde Mimic Mythic on Friday. That's not fair either. Or got a Perfect in the dungeon, or... That's not fair either, though. So, it's unfair either way. Alright. What do we got here? Got Saphirax as our dragon. So this is the Diamantina Blue Dragon. So if you're only missing the Blue Dragon for Diamantina, this would be a good purchase in the Soul Forge. Otherwise, probably not. The Mythics, we'll put them in order. Even if you shouldn't craft them, I'm still going to rank them from best to worst. So don't think I'm saying you should get them, but I'm going to rank them from best to worst. We have, looks like Ella Magrim. Oldie, but, yeah. Mabasira. Bane of Ambition's a good one. Gormengunter. Gormengunter. I don't even know why I have that one, I guess. I have it, though. Alright, Bane of Ambition is definitely the best. It's a top 20 mythic in my opinion. It's probably one of the best newest mythics in the game. Not the best. Like, you have Maelstrom Dagonath and, you know, other things, but he's one of the newer top 20 mythics out there. The reason I think he's really, really good is because of his Bone Storm on his 3rd trait. He has a Bone Storm every single turn. So if you want to do anything with Skulls, he's the best troop to use. Because he's going to keep that Bone Storm going the whole fight. It never stops. Skulls are going to be falling from the sky the entire fight, and that's what you want with a Skull spam team or any kind of Skull team. They kind of replaced Scylla, who used to be the one to use for that, and she only did it on a 4 or 5 gym match. He does it every turn no matter what. You don't have to do anything except for have him on your team and have that 3rd trait. And then his spell is good too. There are 13 or more Skulls on the board. Devour an enemy, otherwise deal true damage, and then create 9 Skulls. So even if there's not 13 or more Skulls on the board, he's still going to hit somebody like really hard. You can cast that on 1st slot and then probably kill them. Or you can maybe get 9 Skulls, will give an extra turn. Like, with all the Skulls falling from the sky, 9 Skulls is better than like not having a Skull Storm falling from the sky every turn. So he's pretty good. I forget exactly where I ranked him, but he was probably like 15th or 16th, 17th, somewhere down there. But he was top 20. But once again, if you're saving up for a top 10, a top 5, Ironhawk, Takshaka, Pharaoh etc., you should probably keep saving, but he is pretty good. If you already got all those, he'd be a great one to get. Who's number 2, though? Is it Gormengunter, or is it Ella Magrim? Mabasira is just like an average damage dealer. Let's look at this one. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by cursed gems. If the enemy dies, eliminate all armor from other enemies, then bless and enchant myself. Create 2 cursed gems when my turn begins. I guess. It's probably slightly better than Ella Magrim. It's not amazing. It's probably like a B-. 22 green, yellow, brown, Draxum, Divine Monster. Deal. I already said all that. Nah, I don't use it or anything. It's kind of just another damage dealer. For real. But it might be better than Mabasira and Ella Magrim. Ella Magrim used to be pretty good. You used to be able to loop with it and stuff, but with so many, like, the Void Dragon. The Void Dragon's better than it. Stellaryx is better than it. Like, there's so many things that are just do the same thing, but way better, that it kind of fell down as far as its ranking in the game. 25 red, purple, brown, dragon's claw, demon, dragon. Deal damage to all enemies. Create 9 purple gems boosted by burning enemies. So if you can get the whole enemy team burnt, then you'll do way more purple and it'll be worth it. I mean, you could do up to 13, I think, purple. But it still doesn't, it's not like an infinite loop or anything like that. It's kind of, you got to do something to make it happen, and then the damage is kind of weak, and probably better off using Void Dragon or Stellarix or something like that. Doom Shovel with Void Dragon and the Raza, I don't know. If you want to do something like this, consider the Void Dragon instead. But this is just because he's a little bit older, he's been around a while, so there's better things that have come into the game. Used to be maybe, it was probably never a top 10, or it was definitely never a top 10, but it might have been borderline top 20 like when it first came out. But that's what happens to a lot of mythics. Other things come out, just like the Bane of Ambition came out and made Scylla a little bit less good, you know? Well, Void Dragon came out and made Element Grim a little bit less good. Then we got Mambasira, who I'm going to give last, because all it does is damage, and that's it. Literally. Just does damage, that's it. As a mythic. You know, it hits 6 enemies, but it could hit 6 enemies for 34. It could not kill anything. Or it could hit the same enemies 6 times for 68 and kill it. But it's probably never going to kill all 4 enemies. But something like a world event, you might use it, but that's about it. Where you have a spell damage medal, you know? So it's pretty mid. It's like an average damage dealer, that's it. So yeah, if you're going to craft any mythic this week, it would be Bane of Ambition. If not, you probably should just not craft anything. Alright, legendaries. We got Carnex. Looks like he's ducking away from his picture there. Doesn't like to be photographed. Shadow Dragon. Pyrophemus. And Bloodfang. Bunch of kind of strange legendaries. I don't even know what order to put them in. Like, should I even do that? Like, I don't know. They're all mid. None of them are bad, I guess. Carnex is decent. You need, like, mana gen and a tank. But there's almost always something better. But mana gen and a tank, it's okay if you get it, like, super early in the game or something, maybe. Shadow Dragon. It only hits 1 enemy, but it could, like, as long as you do the yellow to purple and get an extra turn. But still, it's not great. Just because it's hitting just 1 enemy. Pyrophemus. Pretty bad, actually. That one's pretty bad, so I wouldn't craft that one. Bloodfang. True damage to the first 2 enemies. That might be the best one here, you know? Bloodfang. Bloodfang, then Carnex, then Shadow Dragon, then Pyrophemus. That'd be my order. But don't craft those. Remember, legendaries, you only craft the tippy-top best ones, like Tesla, Emberclaw. That's it. You don't want to be crafting other legendaries. You want to get those from Glory Keys, Gem Keys, Guild Seals. Don't waste your diamonds crafting legendaries. Save them up for mythics and weapons. Alright, the weapons. So we got Spirit Flame. You should get this in the guild event shop and not here. If I don't mention it, it's always here. We got the Vulpine Fangs. An Explodey. That's a good one. Doomed Arbalist is Poo Poo. Trickster Slice is Duty. Foxfang is good. Explodey. That's the one we're using. So if you had none of these and you wanted to craft one of them, it might be this one. I gotta check out the rest of them, but we're using this one this week, so be a good one to craft. Skulking Shot is Doo-Doo. Foxfire Tome is a tool for your tool belts. If you already have the other Explodies, you might get it. It's useful sometimes. Foxglove's pretty good. I need to try it more. I need to try to use it more. Convert all green gems to a chosen color or explode a gem and create 10 green gems. I need to try it more. I need a lot of green, though. Look for a green team. So that might be good too, like Foxglove. The Explodies, the tool for your tool belt, the Foxglove. This one stinks. These are always here. And that's it. So the Explodey, the tool for your tool belt, the Foxglove be the ones to craft. But don't do all of them. That's a mistake some beginners make. They craft every single weapon that they need, then they run out of jewels, they run out of diamonds. Just get one. Get one. Get one or two. Depends how many diamonds and jewels and stuff you got. Don't get a bunch of them. Just get one or two. Just because it says you can get it and you need it doesn't mean you should do it. Because next week we're getting a new bunch of weapons and troops. And the week after that we're getting a bunch of different... It's going to change every week. So there could be something better next week. You don't want to just grab everything when you can right away. So it's a good way to play the game is to never go below a certain amount of a certain resource. Because there's always something different next week. And the week after and the week after. You don't want to just get stuff because you need it. Because it might not be good, and like you're spending your resources on the thing that's not good, and then something good could be there next week, and now you don't have the resources because you spend them on something that's not good just because you didn't have it. It happens all the time, so you gotta have a certain amount so you never run out, so you can always be grabbing something that you need that's good. Alright, let's read the chat, sorry. Youngblood, you might have to ask your question again if you didn't already. Big Slushy got Phoenicia from Legendary Tasks. There you go. And you know that goes out to every single person in your guild. So every single person in your guild now has Phoenicia. Chill Will says, Beg, you're right. It's the lost time. My time is already limited as is. They are money hungry, and that's why they did what they did. Yeah, the compensation will be ass, too. They should eat it. It's funny to say right after Chill Will said ass. Tyrion says, every sewer worker's favorite game. Who's number 2? You use that troop to generate brown mana? The Stone Snake. 2 curse gems every turn? Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Good tool? Okay. Yeah, dude, like I lost so many Starstones. I was already mad that they like did the adventure board task after the update on Monday. So I played early on Monday. I got screwed 2 times last week from streaming. I stream on Monday, like right now. We're doing it right now. So last week when I did this stream, I did my adventure board. So later when they had the update, I wasn't able to get the Starstones that night. I was already mad about that. And then Friday, I do my adventure board on stream. I get my Starstones, and then they wipe it clean. Now, I missed out on 2 days of Starstones because of the devs. Not because of anything I did. I didn't not play the game. I did not do the thing. I did not fight the fights. I did, and then they wiped them away, or they made it impossible for me to get them or something, you know? How many keys? Like, for what? There's lots of different... How many key? I don't know, man. Like, you talking about event keys or vault keys or... Might have to, like, elaborate. Sauna's here! How's it going? I was wondering where you was. Vault event? Oh, there was no vault event this past weekend, so... Still the same. The vault event only happens once a month. So I still have the same amount of vault event keys, you know? I need to open some, though. Definitely. But yeah, there's only one vault event each weekend. Or each month. So this was not the vault event this past weekend. Luckily. Because if it was... you know, what if it was the vault event on Friday and then they wiped the whole server? They wiped all your progress. Could you imagine? That could be even worse. That's a good point, Youngblood. Imagine if it was the vault event this past Friday. And then they wiped your progress clean from the vault event. That would have sucked. But yeah, there's only one vault event a month, Youngblood. So when there's... I'll let you know, but like this past weekend was Bounty. So there's a different event every weekend. So some weekends it's going to be a Bounty event. Some weekends it's going to be an expanded faction event. Some weekends it's going to be Guild Wars. And some weekends it's going to be Vault event. So this past weekend was the Bounty event. This upcoming weekend is Guild Wars. And then probably the next one is going to be a faction event or something. And then the next one might be the Vault event. So there's one Vault event a month on the weekend. So it's not always a vault event on the weekend. It's once a month. So I'll let you know, though. Every Friday, I'll let everybody know what event it is. Even today, I'll let you know what event it is this weekend. It's the Guild Wars this weekend. Some people might not know that. They might think it's a vault event all the time on the game on the weekends. You never know what people are thinking, so... But yeah, you only run your Nomapaloozas on that specific weekend once a month. And you can only get extra vault keys and have extra gnomes and all that stuff once a month when it's a vault event on the weekend. It's not always a vault event on the weekend, it's just once a month. I don't know if that's what you was thinking or what, but somebody might be thinking that out there. You never know. What were we doing? Let's go to the shop, I guess. Got Dark Spirit. 10 purple brown Vulpacea Fey Undead. Explode all poison gems. Curse a random enemy for each gem exploded. How often are you going to have like a bunch of poison gems on the board? Cursing a random enemy for each gem exploded. You can curse other ways, you know. You get it to get it because it's just for glory. You get another troop for Vulpacea. You also get Traitstones when you get it. You get another troop for Vulpacea fully ascended too. So just because this thing's not great, it could be horrible, but you should still get it because it costs just glory, which is easy to get. And then you get all this other stuff with it. So it's not about really the troop every time here. It's about getting another troop fully ascended for the kingdom. And then it's about the Traitstones and the keys and the gold and stuff like that. So right now you could get as many of these purple-brown Traitstones as you want. The Arcane Skull Traitstones there. So that's something to look at every week. So this week it's purple-brown Traitstones. So you want to go look at your troops and make sure you have every purple-brown troop fully traded that has a good third trait or any good traits really. So you go purple, brown, all colors, base rarity, show all, and these are the troops that might utilize that trait stone. Anything legendary and under 100%, anything legendary to like epic or ultra rare, somewhere around there, definitely uses this trait stone, but some of these mythics might as well. So like Arc Proxy Yavendra has the Doom of Arachnia, which is pretty good. You might want to fully trait her. You got Phoenix, who we're using on our team. You might want to trait him. This guy has like a web. Obsidius has the Earthquake, stun all enemies on 4 or 5 gym match. Pharaoh Khafru, very important. You wouldn't use him otherwise unless you had him fully traded. Somebody out there might have just got Pharaoh Khafru somehow and they haven't fully traded him yet. And ooh, here comes this trait stone and they can get a bunch of them and make sure they can fully trade them. Barris Ra with the 100%. That's not as important as it used to be, but just another example of a troop that uses this stone for its traits. Ulor has, you know, Ancient Chill. Yasmin has Wild Vines. Vizinium. Might as well, right? Okay, now these are 100%. So these are the ones you really want to make sure you have, right? So Chernobog. Perpetual Brown Storms. Just like Bane of Ambition, except for brown. So just keeps falling, keeps falling. Every turn you have a Brown Storm. Keeps going and going and going. With the 50% skull reduction too. So really good one to fully trait with this trait stone that we have right now in the Glory Shop. Glaceon has 65% skull reduction. Grimfeather has... no, nothing. Never mind. Nothing. Alright. Magnus can inflict a random stats effect on 4 or 5 gym matches. That'd be a good one. So far you got Chernobog, Glaceon, Magnus. Even Matron Dragatani with her 75% spell reduction. You're just not going to use her that much, so not super important. Let's find like an important one. Daughter of Ice, Empowered. You want to get all your Empowered troops fully traded, so you have access to them, because you might need them. Hexrat has nothing. I don't know what I'm talking about. Really not a lot with this trait stone, so you could easily have everything fully traded that you should with, just because there's not too many. Drake Rider. I don't know if you need the Arcane Trait Stone for this, but make sure you have a Loyal Mount. Alright, so yeah, there's not too much So it would not be hard to have everything, like, definitely get Daughter of Ice fully traded. And definitely get Chernobog fully traded. I'll do those two first. Then maybe move on to Glaceon and Magnus. Alright, event key drop table. So we got a Vulpacea week, so the only troops you can get from event keys are troops that come from Vulpacea. That's how event keys work, and we like that they work like that because then we can target specific troops instead of randomly opening glory chests and gem chests and guild seals and wishing upon a star and scratching a scratcher. We're waiting until a certain kingdom comes through, and then we're opening event keys because we're smart, and we're going to target specific mythics instead of wishing and hoping upon a prayer and you know, hoping Peter Pan flies up to our window. So yeah, Vulpacea. Let's look at it, see if it's worth throwing event keys at. Base rarity, Vulpacea, show all. Did it do show all? Yeah. Alright, you got a Guara, who I think stinks. You got Phoenix, who I like. Kumiko, is this available? We'll have to look. Can't get Stellarix. You have to open eggs in the Soul Forge. You can't get it here. So those are the mythics. Can we get Kumiko? If nobody's getting it here, then we probably can't. And I think it's pretty new anyways. Alright, this is way too far back. They're doing Tower of Doom. We can go to Global if we want to double check. Alright, so let's see. It's a PvP mythic? Okay, never mind. You can only get that in the Soul Forge then. They should make those available through event keys too. Like, why not? That's stupid. So yeah, you cannot get this with event keys. Like Sana said, you're only going to be able to get this thing when it comes through the Soul Forge for free. Alright, so you got a Guara, you got Phoenix. That's it. It is a 50-50 chance to get a decent mythic, but this thing is not like a top 10 or... I don't even know if it made my top 20. Does hit all enemies with true damage. It does have a good third trait. It does have a summon. It's super solid. It's like a A- or something. But you want to save your event keys for other kingdoms. You might get Dookie, Aguara. Vulpacea doesn't have a lot of troops right now. It's a newer kingdom. I would keep saving your event keys. Don't throw them. You know, Voxfire King is one of the best things you could get in the kingdom, but it's an underworld troop. You don't get it with event keys. You can just go grab it whenever you want from the underworld, you know? Foxglove, Azaleas, nothing too special. Volfire Hunter, you know, there's nothing great here. If you throw event keys at this, you're kind of wasting event keys. If you're for some reason in love with Phoenix and want to marry Phoenix, that'd be the only reason. What else is going on this week? So it's a Vulpacea week. So we got Vulpacea Underspire, Epic Trials, Event Key Drop Table, Weapons in the Soul Forge, Glory Shop Troop. Tomorrow we have Court of Foxes as our Tuesday faction event. So I'll be doing the ranking the difficulty thing. Hopefully you know what that is at this point. This will be like our 10th one or something. I did skip Umbral Nexus because I forget why. I think we had like something crazy happen, like the update or something. I don't know. But I'll have to go back and do that one maybe if we ever have time. I'll do the Umbral Nexus on like a Saturday stream or a Tuesday. I don't know when, but if we ever have time, I'll go back and get the Umbral Nexus because I skipped it. But Court of Foxes is next. We're going to rank the difficulty, tell you how hard that Pure Faction 500 is, and I'll also suggest high, mid, and low teams for you for the event. Wednesday, we have this pet here, whatever it's called, a little leafy, foxy thing. Thursday, we have Spirit Walker Talker Caller class event. And we also have the Guild Wars starting on Thursday. It's our weekend event. We have it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Guild Wars, Asian Restriction. And you want to set your defense Tuesday, Wednesday. That's what's going on this week. So we need to do Guild War, like our preliminary look at the Guild Wars team. Like I'm not gonna, and then we need to do an Underspire team. So, which one do you guys want to do first? Underspire team or the Guild Wars team? need Ironhawk? I know, man. That's one of the best troops to get in the game. That's like one of the biggest goals in the game. Like getting 2 Ironhawks, 3 Ironhawks. Like, I hope you get it. You have all the troops in the Delves? So you have every single troop from the Underworld now? Holding out for Adana, good job, Big Slushy. That's the best one to hold out for. Tyrion says, I don't know how you rank them, but I ranked them 1, Bane of Ambition, 2, Gormagundr, 3, Mabasira, and last Elmagrim. We were slightly different, but all that really matters is the first one is Bane of Ambition, and we both agree. Black Glass says, there is a bunch of Starstones in the weekly progress of the Daily Plunder. Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you. You have to craft it? Okay. We're talking about the Kamiko. Tyrion says, Elmagrim is still solid, but yeah, I feel ya. I agree. Yoke says, do the Umbrella Nexus during the Chatathon. Good idea. We'll do the Umbrella Nexus during the Chatathon. If you guys want to think of something else to do that you think is fun, I'm considering doing the face cam thing. Like, we need to set a goal, though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of a goal. I haven't mentioned it yet, but I might do the face cam thing. My original goal was 10K subscribers, but taking us too long, you know. We're never going to get there, like, before I have to, like, retire because we're not doing it good enough or whatever. So, I don't know. We need to think of a goal as far as, like, having good months back to back to back to back so we can keep the channel going, too, and get a face cam instead of, like, you know, a like goal or, I don't know. We need, like, to have our 3 best months in a row or something, and I'll do a face cam live stream. Like, I need to make that the reward for... I'm just trying to figure out a way to word it in a way to, like, how much and, like, how to like, do it without it sounding crazy, and I don't know. But let me know if you have any suggestions on that. Like, I want to make that a reward for you guys some sort of way, but I want to make it make sense for me and have it help the channel, too. Like, I don't know, some sort of goal on the Chatathon, maybe 3 times in a row or something. If we make it to a certain amount on the Chatathon, then the next one I'll do a face cam or something. I don't know. Try to think of something, some way to word it and do it that makes sense for me and you guys. But achievable within, like, the next 3 months or whatever. It's got to be something kind of monetary, honestly. It can't be, you know, I want to help the channel keep going by using my face. I don't know. I got to bring out all the tricks. Like, it's the last thing I got out of my trick bag, so just to keep the channel going for all of us, figure out some sort of way to make that a goal, but also to help the channel keep going type of thing. Underspire, okay. Yeah, I heard you about the Brown and the Gormagundr. Underspire. Mythic. Comp should be 60 Starstones, 30 plus gold marks, some Dragonite, a small amount of gems, plus other various lesser things. Yeah, that'd be cool. I think Starstones would make people happy. Give everybody 500 Starstones that they can go spend right away, or something like that. Everybody's going to get them anyway. It's just a matter of time. It's not like something that... I guess people would... I don't know, though, because they don't want to hurt their own pockets, and they're hoping people will buy Starstones right now, so they're not going to want to give people a bunch of Starstones. But that could encourage some people to buy. Like, if you give them 500 Starstones to start out, like, for free, then they're going to be close to, like, a capstone. They might be close to a star, and then they might purchase more Starstones to get to that capstone or star or whatever. So, like, giving everybody 500 Starstones would not hurt their pockets as much as they think, and it might actually help encourage people to spend money. They're just so greedy that it's crazy, that they don't even think straight. They're so greedy they don't even think straight. Like, somebody is. It might not be, like, the devs. It could be, like, whoever their boss is. I'm not, like, saying the devs are super greedy, but somebody's super greedy to where they just can't even see the forest for the trees type of thing. They're cutting off their nose to spite their face. They're throwing out the baby with the bathwater. That's how greedy they are. Somebody there. I don't know who it is. We're going to do the Underspire, because that's what you guys said. It's one of them, man. You know how this goes usually, y'all. You take your raid team and you plop it over here. You take off the raid troop. You put something else that'll help you out, you know. So we're going to probably do Stellarix. We're probably going to do the Foxglove weapon or whatever it was called. Not Foxglove, but If it's not Fox Fang. And what was the other one we were using? Phoenix, probably still. Okay. Some more mana gem would be nice. I just don't know how to fit it on. I think what I usually do is like Phantom Fox. But then you have to like do this kind of move. Stellarex is only catching like 2 colors now, but you know what he does catch is green, and this explodes green. So it's not as bad as it looks. This blows up purple, which nobody else... So this blows up purple. So this is what's cool about this. Ready? So this blows up green, and this blows up purple. Guess what neither one of these two use? Green or purple. So they're exploding a color that only Stellarex is going to get. So that's why it's cool. Underspire is always slow because you don't have potions. So you're just going to have to accept it's going to be kind of a little bit slow. But this is what I usually do because of that. Green, purple, boom, goes into Stellarex. And then maybe we just, do Archer for more green or something. For our banner, we're gonna want to get up those 2 mana generators, or I don't know. Might just go all in on the weapon or something. Green, brown, green. I'm at yellow. See, what sucks here though is we have to minus green or purple, which I don't really want to do. We don't have to do this though. We could do like red or blue or something. Yellow. No. Man, it's hard to find something. They want to minus colors that I don't want to minus, but what color do I want to minus? Like I don't even have one. I don't know. Like, I don't want to minus yellow. I don't want to minus brown. I don't want to minus blue. I can't minus... There's no color I want to minus, for real. That sucks. Guess I'll have to do blue. And I'm going to do Archer to make a bunch of green fall for that explosion, hopefully. And for sure do an Anu. See how it goes. It's never super fast, I can tell you that. It's because of Underspire's never fast. Like it just never is. And this is probably worse. But we got this guy up. Explodes a bunch of purple. Now we got this. Let's do this first. There we go. That wasn't too bad. We've had like all these kingdoms, like it's been so long that I remember doing this last time that we had Vulpacea, so it's kind of nice as a content creator. I don't have to think too hard. It's just the same team I used last time, pretty much. Oops, no. Free Lantern. Ooh, see, this is what makes the Underspire faster, if you're curious. The Underspire is way better now, it's way easier now, and it's way faster now. So stuff like this would have been a fight. Before they updated the Underspire and made it easier and faster and give you more resources and everything, like it's so much better now, so much easier, so much faster now. There's no excuse to not do the Underspire now. It's crazy. If you're not doing it and you're able to do it, you're crazy. Because look, this would have been a fight previously, and it's just trinkets, and we get to go to the next thing. That's a fight we don't have to fight, and that happens multiple times. I guess I'll go to the chest, since they're both the same level. Like, you'll have the thing that reveals stuff further ahead. You'll have the portal thing that takes you further ahead. You'll have just ones just giving you stuff, and you don't have to do a fight. You'll get torches. You'll get cursed runes. There's so many that you just don't even have to do anything. That is so much faster now. And then you're getting that extra stuff, too. So that'd be one of the biggest bonehead things to do in the game is, like, not to play Underspire. Unless you're, like, certain level. Like, once you get past a certain level, like, you need to be playing it. Like, so easy. Like, it's not easy to get to the 7th dragon or whatever, but It's easier than it used to be, and you should at least be going to like the 4th dragon or the 2nd dragon or doing something in it. If you're not doing something in the Underspire, you're just hurting yourself, and it's kind of lazy, and you just need to start doing it. Level 13, level 10. So we go 13, we go highest level. It may or may not work since we had the same level for that one choice. So it could have been the trap way. But we'll see. We need yellow, brown, blue, or red. We got this blue, which gave us red, which gave us this. We do this. Get it close. And then we want to get up our weapon, probably. There's Stellarix. There's the win. Alright, so that's what I'm going to use. Let's make a slightly... Take off Stellarix. Try to make a different team in case you don't have Stellarix. Foxfire King would probably be the way to go if you don't have Stellarix. So same as last time. I'd probably even take Phoenix off of here. Just do Foxfire King, Foxfire King. Probably same thing. Just keep these two up front. Put Foxfire Kings on the bottom. And they do true damage to all enemies. And with 2 of them, it's going to be fine. You'll be able to take care of anything. Then you got Fairy Fire too. Pretty cool. Might change your banner and your class though. Probably still go with Archer. Banner. Probably some red. Maybe like yellow, brown, and red or something. Yellow, red, brown, red, something like that. Red, red, yellow minus blue. Yellow, red minus purple. And class. Probably stick with Archer, yeah. So let's see how this goes. JM Ricks with a 2. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Running out there. Big Slushy and Tyrion and Chad and Anina. Thank you so much. And we have blue extra turn. Y'all are trying to get it started and burst it through the garage door today, aren't you? We kind of needs a lot of work though. It needs a lot of work. So you guys are out there trying. You got rolling up your sleeves, putting on your suspenders, making sure your butt crack's not showing. You got your rag out. You got your gloves on. You're trying. I feel you. I appreciate it. Probably need a few days in a row though. Probably need every single Friday, Tuesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Chatathon. Probably gonna have to be like pretty good. Unfortunately, it's a good start though. We're doing all right today. Appreciate it. But this looks pretty good. Like once again, if you want to use Foxfire King first and then switch into Stellarix, that might not be a bad idea if you have both. Foxfire King just takes less mana to fill. We got red and green there. We already went with the red, so might as well finish filling the Foxfire King. Let's do this, though. Another green and red. Got up a Foxfire King. Come on. Everybody should be able to have Foxfire King. It's an underworld troop that you have access to. You know, you're probably since level 100 or something. It's not RNG or anything, really. You can just go get it this week if you don't have it. I never feel bad about suggesting an underworld troop to low-level players because you can just spend a few days and go get it, and especially with an event that lasts the whole week. Like, even if you don't have it today, you could get it by Wednesday and do your Underspire with it. I don't know if I've been showing team codes or not, but there you go. So, Stellarix, if you have it, and if you don't, Foxfire King. Same as the raid event. Only thing that's different is you take the raid troop off, put something else on. Jetto even apologized for her coworkers? Dang. It won't be 500, but it should be the 60 lost for Friday. Bake says minimum 120 Dragonite for a potential perfect dungeon. Dude, that sucks. Feel bad for you. Tyrion. Black Glass says, look in the daily plunder. Yeah. Thank you so much. I keep forgetting. All right, so we have our special monthly. Like this is here. Like this was gonna be here either way. It's not like something special. This was gonna be here either way. Every month we're supposed to get this. So you gotta defeat purple enemies to collect points and earn rewards. That should just happen as you play the game. You shouldn't have to do this. But if you want to rush it down, you could go kill purple enemies in Karakoth or something, explore one or whatever. I don't usually do that. I usually just, I'm going to get the 320 star stones in the next week either way, whether I go hunt down purple enemies or not. I play the game enough to where, like, just there's going to be enough purple enemies. But if I wanted to rush this, I'd probably, like, go to... The way you figure it out is you go to your inventory, right? You go to your Traitstones. I like to teach you guys how to fish instead of just giving you the fish. Go down here, go to the all purple Traitstone. It'll tell you where to get it. And normally, it's one of the best places to also for purple enemies. Might not be like number 1, but it's at least number 2, number 3. It's probably number 1. Then you do explore, and it won't let me change, but I would like to make it explore 1. Let's retreat. Do explore 1, because that's how you're going to kill enemies the fastest and easiest. Just do like you would do a vault event, pretty much. I'd probably just do this. Somebody might do Rowan, somebody might do Moon Mage or Atlanta or something like that, but this is what I would use if I needed to kill purple enemies. If it was like Sunday and I was still missing some, or I wanted to rush it. For some reason that didn't clear, but it's because it's Karakoth. Maybe do the other one that hits a little bit harder, like with Sister Superior. Let's see if this works. This is something somebody might need to know out there. Like if you're not playing a lot this week because you're pissed off, but you still want to get those star stones, you might just do explore 1. You might just log in, get your star stones from the adventure board, run your dungeon real quick, maybe do a little bit of guild stuff, and then just do this. Like I wouldn't blame you. Like I only took the weekend off because I was mad, but I can imagine a lot of people just being so mad they're not even playing this week. Something like this would get you a lot of purple kills quickly. If you want to like rush those star stones and get them as quickly as you can. See how quick this is? Just like the vault event. Nothing faster than this. This would be the fastest. I don't care what anybody says. I need to check one thing though. It is 320 star stones, so maybe that's the compensation. Like I think it was only supposed to be 100. I think that's what Black Glass is saying. Yeah, 320 instead of 100. So they're giving us 220 extra star stones in this thing. I think next month it's only going to be 100, and it was supposed to be 100, but now it's 320. So might make somebody want to rush it faster. So I'm glad I showed that. So thank you, Black Glass, for letting me know there. It's a good thing to show. Alright, Guild Wars would be the last thing. So, we have a Zacian Restrictione, right? Let's double check. Guild Wars. Come on. Zacian Restriction. So, let's go to PvP. Let's go to Central Spire. Quick battle. This was the one I was using for the past 2 Guild Wars. You know, we had Blue and then we had Divine or something. I was using this. But now we have Zacian. So I'll just let you know, like, what I think, like, what the best troops may be. I'll make a team, but I can always change it by Thursday, so make sure you stay tuned. Sometimes I'll show, like on Guild Wars weeks, I might post a little bit more or stream a little bit more just to show the Guild Wars, so stay tuned. Especially for members, but I don't know. What are we going to do here, y'all, like for Zacian? Got a Mortal Troglin. Isn't there some strat with him to, like, keep getting turns with the wish gems? I think you have to have him, like, super leveled up, though, don't you? Because he gets, like, instead of 1 wish gem, he gets, like, 3 wish gems if you have him, like, super leveled. So somebody out there might be doing that. I don't know. But I only have him on level 7, so I don't have, like, the special trait. But he deals true damage to 3 random enemies, boosted by wish gems if used in broken lands. That still might be good. True damage to multiple enemies with an extra turn. And a wish gem on the board that you could explode. And so he might be good for this. Can I level him or something? Oh, I can level him a little bit. I don't know if it'll help, but can't hurt. So he might be good for the event. Flaming Oni's always pretty good. Just because he has a bunch of summoning power with an extra turn and an explode. So Flaming Oni's pretty good. Hiking Argo would be okay. Zarg would get you up quickly, but normally you have to use like 2 or 3 of them. Like this guy with the... I think this is the guy. This Zarg with the Troggolin, where you can like target the Wish Gem. Like that might be a strat this week for Guild Wars. I might try it, but I don't know. I need the 3. But you can still like target that 1 Wish Gem and hope it does the thing. Too bad they use the same exact colors though. That's kind of weird. What would you go? What would you use? Like, what would your? We don't have every weapon, right? We just have Zhejian weapons. Could use Norbert's Turnip.
They shall feel my fury.
If you haven't heard about this strat, I think it's pretty decent, especially if you have the super leveled up, like level 20, level 30 Troggolin. But you use Troggolin. Or, I mean, it puts a Wish Gem on the board every turn, and then you use the Zarg to target that Wish Gem. And you get an extra turn, and you're kind of hoping you get full mana off the Wish Gem or something. What else would help this team? We got... Are we missing any color? We're kind of missing purple. We got yellow, brown, blue, green, red. See if there's any purple troops. Oh, it only does 2? Okay. Got String Fiddler. This thing's always nice, like with in Guild Wars. Silence an enemy, explode 12 gems on one of their mana colors, gain an extra turn. Summon a Leaf Storm. I think we're gonna have enough mana gen with like what we got. Maybe String Fiddler. Or just Goblin Shaman. Throw more green up there. I think I might go String Fiddler, though. So I can silence as well. Could target something and silence it. I'm probably going to end up minusing purple here, but still fine. Could minus a color off our hero. Now, what order do we put these in? So, yeah, I think Zarg goes on top. I think that's how it would go. Alright, now what? We're going to be putting green and red on the board. You have to do Elementalist in freaking Guild Wars. Like, you just have to. That's what I do anyway. I mean, other people might do other things out there, but I do Elementalist. Alright, we got blue or brown here. Or is Lightning Strike. I'm gonna go with brown, I guess, so my weapon can get up quicker. Stone Mastery. And then banner. I think we really got to go for that weapon. Like, if we don't get that up, we could be in trouble. See what happens with this. We could minus purple and just, like, if the String Fiddler gets up, it gets up. It might get up off the Wish Gem thing that we do. Or we can minus one of our hero's colors. I don't know. probably just do this. Like, I'm not super... Like, I only use the string fiddler if I really need it bad. So I'll probably just minus purple. Alright, let's see how it goes. I don't know. This is just a... Let's see what happens type of thing. If you should have Troglin because everybody should have Troglin, right? Zarg might be a problem for a couple of people, but Norbert's Turnip, String Fiddler, like this team isn't super bougie, really. Alright, we need to get up our weapon. See, there's a Wish Gem already, but the enemy can use those too, remember that. So you want to kind of make sure you get it. Alright, this will give us an extra turn no matter what, which is cool. Got up. So now we target the Wish Gem, right? Take this first. Now we got 2 Wish Gems. Just make sure we hit it. I'm just going to go here. I could probably go here, but I just want to make sure. Full mana, but the enemy also gets full mana. Remember that. So you're going to want to keep it on your turn. So whatever keeps it on your turn the most, I guess. Taking this red probably wouldn't keep it on my turn. I mean, it would, but probably just do our damage and then get an extra turn. I don't know. Because anything else we do with anybody else on our team is going to generate mana, except for him. So I think if we have him, we do him. And when that makes us win, but we'll try a harder fight here. I want to see it in like a slightly harder fight. That was too easy. Let's go with the 3 trophy. Everybody's testing Zhejian, you see that? Like this is unrestricted, but all the teams are Zhejian teams because everybody's testing right now. Okay. See if we can keep it on our turn the entire time. The red extra turn wouldn't really help us. I think we do Troglin here, don't we? One thing I guess we have damage, right? We got our weapon does damage, Troglin does damage, Zarg does damage. Now we need red, so we'll take the red. And now we want the Wish Gem. Which we hope, like, it's not guaranteed to, like, fill your whole team, and it might just fill something that's already filled, so it's not, like, 100%. But we try. Alright, it filled our whole team, that's good. So now we just do Troglin again. And now we don't have a Wish Gem, so we'll probably use Norbert's turn up here. We look for extra turns. Don't have any. I think I want to go with this next. Silence. Doesn't really matter. Let's do theirs. Okay, now we got Troglin again. We'll probably do that. Let's take this green. If we need it, we take it. It's red. We don't need the red. But Elementalist stuff, you could do that. Just for that. We didn't really need it, but... Alright, let's do this. Got everybody again. And they're pretty much dead. So, let's do this. Look for extra turns. Right here. Let's do this, I guess. Hopefully it kills. It's working. Like, we might need to do a little tweak. It might be better if your Troglin's higher level. The Wish Gems don't always do what you want them to do. It's not like 100%, but it seems pretty good. Might go with this. Alright, let's do another 3 trophy, and that'll probably be it for the day. Unless you guys have anything. We'll be back tomorrow. Other streamers were guessing. Mine is max, so I can confirm only 2. Okay, they were guessing. Murda Sarda's here. This is team I use, but I go String Fiddler top, Trog Hero, Zarg for order, not saying which order is better. Wish Gems make it not matter too much, honestly, right? Just feel like I want to get the weapon up. Well, it doesn't matter, right? But I don't want to block. I don't want to block like Zarg or Troglin on green with the String Fiddler. Probably why I have mine in the last slot. It's got purple. It's its other color, so it can catch purple. I feel like String Fiddler I'm only using if I have to. Zarg I'm going to use a lot to blow up the Wish Gems. Troglin I'm going to use a lot to do damage. And my weapon I'm going to use a lot early to get everybody up. So I'd rather have String Fiddler in last slot, but I might move mine too. I don't know. We'll see. Like the beginning of the fight's really going to determine whether or not you win here, though. Unfortunately, like they could explode the board and get the Wish Gem right now. So that could be a problem. Like early in the fight could be the problem. Like what am I doing here with my banner? How do you look at the banner? I always forget. Oh. We got double yellow, so I'll take yellow. Dang it. Alright, we're okay. What should we do here? Should we go for the Wish Gem? I think so. Or we could cast Norbert's Turnip first, and then if the Wish Gem, we'll have more people to like... I think we do Norbert's Turnip first. Because it won't change that Wish Gem, I don't think. And then it's open in case we get our whole team back up. We take the green. Should we go for this one so we can get like the Doom Skull too, maybe? Alright. Look for extra turns. Don't have any, so I think I do him. If I have him, I do him, right? And that's the win. I don't know how to show you guys. Like, I wish I could do harder fights to show you. But I'm not getting hard fights here. Alright, we've been streaming at least 2 hours. Not yet. Alright, we can keep going a little bit. You guys have been awesome today. I just got to use the bathroom real quick. Sorry. I'll be right back. My bad. Alright, my bad. Almost made it. Let's do like a little bit more of this and then maybe look at the Epic Trials. I'm just trying to do at least 2 hours for y'all today. Let's keep going on the hard fights. What do we got? Let's go like 15 more minutes or so. So we'll do, I don't know, 3 or 4 more of these fights and then we'll look at the Epic Trials. And then anything you guys have, if you want me to do something else, let me know. Or if you have any questions or anything like that. How dare me use the bathroom? Alright, so extra turns, please. Of course not. So we want our Norbert's Turnip. We don't have an extra turn. We got to take brown or yellow. Okay, we got an extra turn here. Got Norbert's Turnip, but we're kind of frozen. I should have done Orpheus. I don't have Orpheus on, so this is not exactly what I would be doing. And we got an extra turn, though, because the Norbert's Turnip just gets an extra turn no matter what. We have the... This might be bad, actually, you know, because if we cast this and they get full mana, we don't get an extra turn because we're frozen. Dang, I might not do it right now. I might wait. I need to put my Orpheus on. It feels... If I lose here, like, I'm going to blame it on not having Orpheus, but, you know. I'm gonna take yellow, try to skull bait him maybe. I'm gonna take brown. We got a green extra turn. That could do some elementalist at least, I guess. Got their calf roost. They're frozen too. It's like we're both frozen. I think I'm just gonna go for it. Try to hit all three of these. That'll probably definitely give them all mana though, and then it'll be their turn too. I don't know. Might not want to do that. Might skull bait again. So many wish gems. No brown or yellow now. Alright, we cleansed, so now we're good. That's what I was waiting for. I was worried that I would do that and then they would get full mana and it would be their turn, you know? So I waited until I cleansed to do it, which would happen hopefully quicker with the Orpheus medals on. This is a legit team, you know? It's got Caffrey, Mist Mother, Diamantina. I think when you have Norbert's Turnip, you just cast it, right? Like, we want to use this... Huh? Yeah. Because extra turn and then open up something in case we want to do... When we do the Wish Gem, it's going to fill our whole team, hopefully. And even if it doesn't, it's going to fill, like, one person. And we want to have... The more people you have open, the better. So you kind of want to do Norbert's Turnip here, not Zarg. Take the green. No, we don't, because String Fiddler is frozen. So we're frozen on green right now. So we do Zarg. And we'll do it right here so we mess up the green, too, while we get them. Alright, that filled everybody up. Think we do the turnip. Or no, Troggling. No, we take red, take red. It's like how, like... What order you do things in, too, is important. I think we do Troggling whenever we have it, just to do damage, but... Plus we win. It's kind of important what order you do things in with this team, too. Can't just do whatever you want. Let's keep going. Let's try to get harder fights. Like, that was pretty hard. That was a harder fight. Got Queen Beatrix. Oh, yeah, Orpheus. Sometimes I'll do an Anu and 2 Orpheuses. It depends how, like, I do need to get up pretty quick. And we're not... So let's try it with 2 Orpheus for now. We'll do the hardest fight we can. Like, I don't know where else to go to do a harder fight than this. Like, it's real people's teams. Unfortunately, it's their offensive team. Norbert's Turnip. This one, they're just getting wrecked. That was too easy. I don't know what else to do here. Just keep... Oh, here we go. Takshaka. This will be tough. You do also need to look at the enemy's team and see, like, do they have damage to all enemies? You want to do Deluge, if so. You have the option between Deluge and Rock Solid. This team, I don't know. Because they got Takshaka they could cast. The only thing hitting all enemies is Vizenium. This could be tough. Look, Kafru, Vizenium, Takshaka, Essence of Evil. Their banner sucks, but otherwise, it's a good team. See what happens. Reset it back to Monday once it hits Friday. Yeah, I'm doing purple for Starstones, yep. I put out a different live stream video where I did a TLDR at the beginning of it. Like, don't be scared of the live streams just because they're 1 or 2 hours long, because sometimes I'll do, like, quickly in the beginning of the stream, I'll, you know, do the thing so you don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. So, like, on, I think it was Saturday, maybe. I did a... Maybe it was Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. I did a TLDR, like, Astral Spire, Starstone, early strat thing, where I talk about it, like, super early in the stream. So go check out Friday's live stream. But yeah, mostly I'm doing purple to a certain point for magic, and then I'm going to go to yellow for a certain point for magic, and then I'm probably going to go back and get the capstones and stars from both of those. Then I'm going to move on to... Then I might get a little bit of magic after them, too, on purple and yellow, and then I'm going to move to blue and get that capstone and star because it's pretty good. Then I'm probably going to go to red and get that star, and then go past it to get the magic. That's what I'm doing, and that's a lot. Like, that's going to take at least a month or so, probably. Then we'll go from there. It's kind of like when I do the Underspire, I say, do this, and this will take you a long time, and, like, come back when we're done. When you're done with that, come ask me what to do next. Blue extra turn. Okay, we got Takshaka, Essence of Evil, Vizenium, and Pharaoh Kafru. A real team. Let's see what we can do against them. Alright, who do we want to kill? Like, we need to think about that, too. So, what's going to be the worst on their team? Like, Takshaka's pretty bad. They're all pretty bad. Maybe except for Kafru. They're all pretty bad. I guess we'll just take out Takshaka since it's in first slot. Be easier to kill it quicker. Any extra turns? Alright, all we got is Zarg, but we get an extra turn, so whatever happens with this wish, Jim, at least it's our turn. Okay, good, it did not help them. Okay, we got a green extra turn. Now we got a red. And here we do Trogglein. If we have everybody, we do Trogglein. Okay, extra turn. And then I think if you have these three, you would want to do Norbert's Turnip. Takshaka's almost dead, so I think I'm going to hit Essence of Evil. Okay, now we have Trogglein again, so let's go. Look for extra turns first, though. Nothing, so Trogglein. And might as well cast the this real quick. We could kill there. Yeah, let's do this. And they're just pretty much dead, right? Hey, we beat a Takshaka Vizenium, like, come on. So pretty good. And I like the fact that most people should have Trogglein, even if it's level 1. I mean, you want the traits. I guess you gotta have the traits. Unfortunately, your Trogglein has to have its traits for this to work. So if your Trogglein doesn't have its traits, then you might not want to do this. But I feel like there was enough. As long as you did, like, the bare minimum. Like, I don't even do that much in PvP. And I have the traits for Trogglein. So if you're, like, doing serious Guild Wars, you probably have Trogglein's traits. And if you don't have Trogglin's traits, then you can do something else and you're fighting bot guilds anyway. You'll be fine. Just do some sort of like Fundingus, King Gobtruffle, Norbert's Turnip team. You know, you'll still loop them to death and win fast. Alright. How much time we got left? Because I want to do Epic Trials too. Only about 6 minutes. We'll do one more fight. Let's test our patience. Let's test our luck here. Can I win one more time and be undefeated? Or did I just push it too far? They got Leprechauns and Turagons, Ulgoth, and Hero with Doomed Blade. So that's another pretty real team. They're going to be Leprechauning me. So I'm going to take their green away and also get yellow. I think that's the move. Give them a little bit less mana. Alright, we got our Zarg and our Wish Gem. Let's do it. Our whole team is up, so we do Troggle in, as long as we don't have extra turns. That already killed something, nice. Norbert's turn up here. Who do we want to kill? Probably Centuragon, he's probably the biggest threat. Alright, we got this blue. We got Troggle in, as long as there's no extra turns. And they're dead anyway, so I didn't even need to think about it. There you go, man. This team looks pretty good. I think I'm going to use it. And I'll let you know if I do any tweaks to it or what. Like tomorrow or Thursday or Friday or whatever. I'll try to let you know. But we fought as many unrestricted hardest fights that we could do. And I don't know what else I could do to, you know, test it. But Epic Trials is the only other thing. So let's go over it quickly. Zhejian. Where's Zhejian? Zhejian. It's right here. No, why am I saying Zhejian? It's Vulpacea. I'm dumb. It's weird that the Guild Wars restriction is not the Kingdom of the Week restriction. Maybe that's because you get extra stats from your kingdom and they didn't want to do that, but just confused me for a second. Alright, Vulpacea Trials. Remember, everybody should do this at some point, and it'll be done forever, and you get another pet fully ascended for the kingdom, and it's a gem expenditure that you only have to do one time, and then it's done forever, and if you haven't done it already, you might as well subtract those gems from your gem stack, because you're going to have to do it one day, so good thing to get knocked out of the way forever. There's not that many things in this game you can just knock out of the way forever, and this is one of them, so it's something that you should do if you can. Got Red Fox. Oh, wow, my